Welcome back to Movie Rate Reviews. My name is Gabe, and today I am very excited to talk to you about Mission Impossible Fallout, which I believe is one of the greatest movies that I have ever seen. As we know that this is the sixth film in the Mission Impossible franchise, and it is going strong. And man, let me just tell you, although this was released about 3-4 years ago, I am still absolutely amazed. I am still absolutely thrown back every time I watch this movie. I mean, if somebody asked me to look up action movie in the dictionary, okay, this movie would be right there. I mean, clearly, this is one of the greatest action movies that has ever been made. Let me just tell you, when I first saw this movie, I was completely thrown away. And as I continue to watch this film, let me just tell you, it continues to amaze me. The action alone in this movie is absolutely incredible. It really is amazing just to see Tom Cruise do these incredible stunts. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And even the team, the other cast members, they equally bring their all into this movie, and it really does pay off. But not only does this movie have death-defying stunts, but it also looks incredible. I mean, if you look at this movie, I mean, clearly any of the newer movies look good, with the technology that we have nowadays. But clearly, this movie looks absolutely incredible, and especially those action scenes look amazing. And man, was I glad to see some IMAX scenes that they decided to include in the Blu-ray, in the digital version. If you pay attention, you'll notice the screen will go, to a full screen when he does the skydiving sequence, and also in the end with the helicopter sequence, which both of those sequences are done absolutely amazing. They look incredible, and man, does the IMAX make it pop even more. Let me just tell you, I certainly enjoy the Mission Impossible series, but let me just tell you, this particular movie is my favorite in the whole franchise, in the whole series, because it just took things to a whole nother level. I mean, you think about, for example, Rogue Nation. The main stunt that he did there was with the plane, hanging on the edge of the plane. But oh, holy cow, he took it to a whole nother level here. It makes me feel very excited. What would they be doing in the next two films to end out this franchise? Because clearly this is the king. This is the top dog. I don't know how they're going to top this one. But continuing on, not only is this a new mission, but it is one filled with twists and turns that, I mean, you just don't expect. And this just happens to be one of those action movies that don't leave you alone. It just constantly poke at you. They constantly want more. It's like one of those roller coasters, but it's so fitting to an action series. It's like, man, what are they going to do next? But I mean, it just doesn't stop there. This is one of the movies in the series that actually comes directly off of the previous movie, which was Rogue Nation, which was really great just to see those familiar faces again. I mean, it was absolutely incredible just to see that. But not only do many cast members return, but so does the director, Christopher McQuarrie. I am absolutely amazed at what he did with this movie. I was actually quite worried when I originally heard this news, because one thing that the series always had is they always had a different director on every single movie, which something that Fallout did not do. So clearly the first four films, they all had different directors. Rogue Nation had Christopher in there, and then Fallout had Christopher in there. And so I felt quite worried, but man, it still felt like a unique movie. And this movie is one to remember. I mean, it is officially one of the greatest movies of all time in my books. And of course, I have to mention the great music in this film, which in fact takes the movie a lot deeper. And yes, sometimes I do run to the soundtrack. I mean, hey, listen, it was a good soundtrack, okay? It's a good soundtrack. Anyway, this is a great movie. Like I said, this movie is incredible. The action is absolutely amazing. Tom Cruise keeps pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And this was a movie where I was just starstruck and just blown back away at what he did in this film. I mean, the only one thing that I might change is that perhaps they should stop showing in the opening credits from the movie. Every time they show the opening credits, they always show scenes from the movie And it's just like, oh my gosh, I hopefully I don't get spoiled here when I'm first watching it. The second time I'm watching it, though, it's like a real treat. But like the first time, it's just like, okay, let's take it easy here. But I mean, I really want to know what you guys think about this movie. I mean, clearly this movie is one of my favorites. It's like, I love it. And, you know, even the story with Ethan Hunt returning and having to do another mission, it's like absolutely incredible. You know, they did everything right. If you have a question on what an action movie is, on what it's supposed to be, look no more than Mission Impossible Fallout, because you will find all your answers there. Clearly one of the greatest movies of all time, and I'm not the only one who might think this. I mean, you can see the critics are highly rating this films, and the fans clearly enjoy it as well. I mean, clearly I'm clearly gonna give Mission Impossible Fallout an A+, a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know what scale you be using, but it is the highest on that scale. This movie is absolutely a complete masterpiece. And that's funny, just the video I created last week, we were just talking about complete masterpiece. Could this be a series about complete masterpiece movies that are coming out? I don't know. We'll see what we can do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your amazing support on the last video. Absolutely incredible. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter and Instagram, and check out the Entertainology podcast, which I host. Absolutely incredible. One of my closest friends. It's absolutely amazing. It will be linked in the description. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.